And due to all these shifts that are that can happen from a single psychedelic experience, and let us note again that all these things that were just mentioned and all the different effects on the slide can literally happen within one journey, within minutes, dare I say. And because of that, then feelings of anxiety and confusion and fear and the like are common. And these feelings do typically get resolved within the journey itself, journey meaning the psychedelic trip. And in some cases, perhaps within 24 to 48 hours following the journey. So research shows that despite psychedelics' illegal status in the US, millions of Americans in fact have used them. And here are some reasons as to why individuals choose to use this class of drugs. Anyone here familiar with Michael Pollan's How to Change Your Mind? Mm-hmm. Right? As we like to say, half jokingly in the psychedelic community, he's pollinating the people, right? So basically he's ignited a massive wave of curiosity amongst people who are psychedelic naive and without any previous experience. And a lot of individuals are approaching this work literally just because they've read the book and they're so curious about the potential of psychedelic work. And then in the 60s, they were utilized as symbols of autonomy and rebellion against the government. And then currently, in our day and age, psychedelics are also akin to clubbing and the partying culture. So there is a great sociocultural phenomena with these substances. And indigenous tribes in South America also utilize plant medicines as part of their traditions. And religions such as the Brazilian Santo Daime and the Native American Church do employ ayahuasca. I lost my cursor. Excuse me. Oop, what happened here? Here it is. Okay. Excuse me. They employ ayahuasca and peyote as a means of maintaining a close connection to the Great Spirit and in the universe. And another current hot topic among psychedelic activists is the notion of cognitive liberty, which is fascinating. Not just among the psychedelic groups, but very much in the psychedelic community. The freedom of individuals to control and explore their own mental processes and thoughts and consciousness for whatever reasons they choose. Even if it means they just feel like sitting there and getting high for 4 hours, people believe it is their right to do so. And also using psychedelics recreationally, right? So that term again, recreational. And this is another current hot debate. So some would argue that this term is demeaning to those who wish to use psychedelics for outside of the therapeutic and psycho-spiritual context and for play purposes only. Now what happens in play states? When we play, we start exploring new ways of being and new ways of expression and turn off our minds and just allow freedom of expression to come out, and that's how we experiment with new states of who we are and new possibilities and new opportunities, and that's how we have an opportunity to evolve. And in that way, recreational, if you break up the word, it's recreating, recreational. And these recreational psychedelic experiences, in fact, can be just as healing as those that are more intentionally utilized for psychological and spiritual growth. So just another something to think about when you hear the term recreational. Context. And psychedelic use is all about context, and though these experiences are mostly unpredictable, as mentioned, ultimately the context is really the deciding factor of the type of experience that one might have. And the reasons for use that were just described in the previous slide, they can be broadly divided among 3 contexts: recreational, ritual, and therapeutic. Creating a context container for the experience minimizes potential risks and augments potential benefits, And really, it's the best insurance policy that a person who wishes to approach this work, that this person can invest in to have some sense of control and agency in the experience. So it's like an insurance policy. And when we compare the different contexts, we can see that the ritual and therapeutic settings increase the chance of a positive outcome or the positive outcomes that can be derived from psychedelic experiences. That also means greatly reducing the chance or the potential for what some people call bad trips, because you're curating a container in a controlled environment that can minimize, I would say about 90% of the chance. And the current clinical research that Ben is going to discuss soon, it's showing extremely promising results, really results that are unheard of in some of the conditions that they treat, particularly when utilizing the therapeutic context, which employs standard protocols of parameters like preparation, intentions, again, a curated environment, a set and setting, and post-experience integration sessions. So they have a protocol, a treatment protocol set up in place, and it's followed, and they're getting incredible results. I think just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they published recent results that the success rate for the treatment of PTSD with MDMA-assisted psychotherapy a year after the treatments, I think was it 64%? About, 64 to 60, I think that was 64%, which is incredible if you guys follow the research. So they did that utilizing a standard protocol. Now, what happened throughout the ages? So psychedelics have been used for millennia. A recent discovery, again, just another couple of weeks ago, right? So again, we're talking about a very hot topic. A team of archaeologists found a pouch in the Andes, which reportedly contains traces of no less than 5 psychoactive compounds, including the paraphernalia that presumably went along with it. And these compounds, a couple of them, one of them was cocaine, and another one was dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, which is the active compound in different plants, but particularly in the ayahuasca group. 1,000 years ago, you guys, right? So this is probably the most ancient find. Testament to the use from years ago. So the utilization of these sacraments. And some religions are also thought to be based on psychedelic experiences. So who here knows the story of Moses going up to Mount Sinai and returning from the mountain with the 10 Commandments in his hand after speaking to God? Right? So it is speculated, right? This is the word speculated, that he in fact did have this conversation with God.